Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome to Next Level English, the podcast where we don't just teach English, we help you fall in love with learning it. I'm Emily.
And I'm Alex. You know what? Right now, at this exact moment, you're making a choice, a powerful choice.
That's right. You chose to be here. You chose to invest these minutes in yourself. If you want to win, this is what you have to do.
Before we start, let me ask you something. Have you ever finished scrolling through your phone and thought, wait, what did I just do for the last hour?
Oh, I get that question. That empty feeling, right? Like you've eaten, but you're still hungry.
Exactly. But here's the exciting part. Today, we're going to change that. Today, you're going to discover how to turn those lost hours into your secret superpower.
If you're ready to stop letting time slip through your fingers like sand, stay with us. By the end of this section, you'll understand how to do it.
And hey, if you love what you hear today, hit that subscribe button. Share this with that one friend who always says, I'm too busy to learn English.
But somehow she finds time to watch all the funny videos on the internet.
We love that friend. Sometimes we are that friend.
Okay, Alex, let's start with the big question. What does waste your time really mean?
Great question. Imagine your time is like your phone battery. Every day you wake up with 100%.
I love this. Keep going.
When you use your battery on things that matter, learning, growing, connecting, resting, that's smart use. But when you just drain it on nothing, that's wasting it.
So it's not about being busy every second, it's about being aware.
Intentional, beautiful word. It means doing things on purpose, not by accident.
Let me tell you a story. Last Friday, I woke up excited. Today, I'm going to study English, I said.
Sounds like a good start.
But then I opened Instagram. Just for 1 minute, I told myself. 1 minute became 15, then 40, then suddenly my whole morning was gone.
And how did you feel?
Terrible. Like I stole from myself. Like I broke a promise to me.
It's like your inner voice is saying, hey, time is precious. Taking a break won't hurt.
Exactly. So that day, I made a decision. I created what I call the 10-minute revolution.
The 10-minute revolution? Tell us more.
Instead of saying, I'll study English for 1 hour, which feels huge and scary, I said, I'll do just 10 minutes.
Just 10?
Just 10. But here's the magic. I did it every single day. 10 minutes of listening, 5 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of speaking.
Has anything changed in the end?
Yes, Alex. After 1 month, those 10 minutes became 15, then 20. But even on my worst days, I could always find 5 minutes. And you know what? That adds up to over 2 hours of practice each month.
From tiny seeds, big trees grow.
Beautiful way to say it. So, our first tip for you, start micro small.
Keep your goal small enough that you can't refuse it. Don't say learn English, say learn 2 words today. Trust me, it'll be easier that way.
Not improve speaking, say speak English for 3 minutes today.
Think of it like this. If I ask you to climb a mountain, you might say too hard. But if I say take 1 step, you can do it.
And after one step, you can take another and another. Before you know it, you're halfway up the mountain.
Now, let me share my story. I used to think I didn't have time for English, and I was always hesitant to start. Work, family, friends, the gym. My life was so busy, and if I couldn't do it, I'd be wasting my time.
So, how did you learn English?
I discovered something amazing. I found time hiding everywhere in my day.
Hiding time? Like a treasure hunt?
Yes, exactly like that. I call them time pockets, little moments we usually waste.
Give us examples.
Waiting for coffee, 4 minutes. Walking to the bus, 8 minutes. Sitting in traffic, 17 minutes. Waiting in line at the store, 6 minutes.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of minutes.
In one day, I found about 50 minutes hiding in these pockets, so I started filling them with English.
How?
Waiting for coffee, I review flashcards on my phone. Walking to the bus, I listen to a podcast. Traffic, I practice speaking out loud in my car.
I love this. Making good use of free time is a great thing. I never would have thought of it.
Exactly. And the best part? It doesn't feel hard because I'm doing it anyway.
Second tip, evaluate your time slots. Find those hidden minutes in your day and use them to learn English.
Your future self will thank you. Speaking of hidden things, we need to talk about something dangerous.
Ooh, this looks like a fun thing.
The time thieves.
Time thieves. I know them well.
These are the things that steal your time without giving anything back. For most of us, it's our phones.
True. Social media, random videos, scrolling.
Don't get me wrong, social media can be a good thing. Connecting with friends, learning new things, having fun. YouTube is also a social media platform, and you're here right now to learn English. Whether social media is good or bad is up to you. Write your comments. I'm curious to know what you think.
But there's a big difference between using social media and being used by it.
Emily, that's the most impressive thing I've ever heard in my life. Now let me give you an example. Imagine you have a friend. Every time you meet this friend, they take money from your wallet.
That's not a good friend, it's an enemy.
Right. But with our phones, we're giving them our time, which is more valuable than money, and we don't even realize it.
So, what can we do?
Set rules. Simple, clear rules. For example, while working, my phone stays in another room and must be on mute. I don't use social media before 11 a.m. I can only check social media for 25 minutes a day.
I have a rule too. Before I open Instagram, I must finish one small English task.
That's smart. You're protecting your time, like protecting your house from thieves.
And here's something powerful. When I follow my rules, I feel strong, like I'm the boss of my time, not the slave of my phone.
That's tip number 3. Protect yourself from time thieves. Make rules and keep them.
Now, I want to talk about something really important, something many people get wrong.
What is it?
Rest is not wasting time.
Say that louder for the people in the back.
Rest is not wasting time.
Thank you. This is so important. Your brain is not a machine. You can't run it 24/7.
Think of a garden. If you water it too much, the plants die. If you don't water it at all, the plants die. You need balance. So this is something that requires discipline. If you do everything at the right time, you'll be more perfect.
Perfect example. Learning is the same. Study too much without breaks, your brain gets tired and stops learning well.
Aren't you going to study at all? Then you won't learn anything. In this life, you reap what you sow.
Yes, Emily, I learned this the hard way. One night, I tried to study new vocabulary for 5 hours straight.
5 hours? Wow.
My brain was exhausted. The next day, I remembered almost nothing. All that time almost wasted.
What did you do differently?
Now I study in blocks, 25 minutes of focus, then 5 minutes of rest. Study, rest, study, rest.
Like exercise. You work the muscle, then let it recover.
Exactly. And in those rest moments, I don't scroll my phone. I close my eyes, stretch, drink water, look out the window.
Real rest, not fake rest.
Yes, scrolling social media is not rest. Your brain is still working hard.
So, tip number 4, take real rest. Your brain needs it to grow strong.
Balance is the key to everything. Some study, some rest, some fun, some work.
Sounds like a great recipe. Everything is perfectly balanced. Not too much salt, not too much sugar, just right.
Speaking of fun, we need to talk about this. If learning English is hard for you, you avoid it.
True. Your brain is like a child. If you force it to do something boring, it will fight you.
What if you make it easier? What if you turn it into a game? Then your brain will say more, please, and you'll get a better result.
I have a confession. I improved my English mostly through TV shows.
Really?
Yes. I found a show I loved, a comedy about friends living in Canada. I watched every episode.
With subtitles?
At first, yes, subtitles in my language. Then I switched to English subtitles. Then, after many episodes, no subtitles at all.
And you learned?
So much, but it didn't feel like studying. It felt like having fun with friends.
That's the secret. Connect English to things you already love.
Love music? Listen to English songs and read the lyrics. Love cooking? Watch cooking videos in English. Love sports? Follow English sports channels.
When learning feels good, you do it more. When you do it more, you get better. When you get better, it feels even more good.
It's a beautiful circle.
So, tip number 5, make English delicious. Mix it with things you love.
You know what? We've been talking for a while. Let's help our listeners with some important words from today.
Great idea. Let's do a quick word review.
First word, intentional. This means doing something on purpose, with a plan.
Example, I am intentional with my time. I choose what I do carefully.
Next word, micro-small. Not a dictionary word, but very useful. It means extremely tiny.
Example, start with micro small goals, like learning just one new word today.
Then we have time pockets, the small pieces of free time in your day.
Example, I use my time pockets to practice English while waiting for the bus.
Good one. Next, time thief. Something that steals your time without giving value.
Example, endless scrolling on social media is my biggest time thief.
We also said balance, when different parts of life are in good harmony.
Example, I need balance between work, study, and rest.
And finally, invest, to put time, money, or energy into something to get benefits later.
Example, when I listen to this podcast, I invest my time in my future.
Beautiful. Now let's make this practical. What should someone do today?
I love action steps. Here's my challenge for you.
Challenge number 1. Choose one small goal for today. Write it down.
For example, I will learn 5 new words, or I will listen to English for 15 minutes.
Challenge number 2. Find your time pockets. When can you practice today?
On the bus, during lunch, before bed, choose one pocket.
Challenge number 3. Make one rule to protect yourself from time thieves.
Maybe phone in another room while I study. Or no social media until I finish my English goal.
And challenge number 4. Plan something fun in English today.
A song, a video, a show, anything you enjoy.
If you do these 4 things, today will be different. Today will be powerful.
Remember this, you can't control how much time you have. We all get 24 hours.
But you can control how you use those hours. That's your superpower.
Small choices every day create big changes over time.
It's like drops of water. One drop is nothing, but thousands of drops can fill an ocean.
Before we finish, we want to hear from you.
Yes, tell us in the comments, what is your biggest time thief? And what's one small change you'll make today?
Your answer might help someone else. We're all learning together.
And if this episode helped you, please share it. Send it to a friend who needs this message.
Every person who learns to use their time well makes the world a little bit better.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to invest this time in yourself.
We're so proud of you, not because you're perfect, nobody is, but because you're trying, because you're here.
That's what matters. Keep going, keep growing, keep believing in yourself.
This was Next Level English with Emily and Alex.
Until next time, use your time wisely.
And be kind to yourself on the journey.
Bye, everyone.
See you soon. Your English adventure continues. Remember, your time is your life. Use it with love. Use it with purpose. Use it well.